You mentioned TCU at Kansas. Game day is in Lawrence.
Yes.
For two undefeated top 20 teams. Kansas 6.5-point underdog, 6.5, 7, over under 69. Nice. This over is taking money. It's funny to see a college game day at a location where the game is on ESPNU at night. Kansas, I don't think should get many stops. Their defense was better last week against Iowa State. Can Kansas's offense exploit some potential holes in the TCU defense? Or is this the end of the run for Cinderella Kansas?
This is the end of the run for Cinderella Kansas. And I think there's a few technical reasons why that's going to happen. Here we are, Stucky. If you're a long-time listener, or if you're a short-time listener, here we are again with our TCU tickets. All the money in the world is on TCU. Everybody's grandmother, including my grandmother, has money on TCU. And we're kind of floating back off a key number of 7 and questioning, like, do we have the right side? I'm pretty sure we have the right side, at least from a schematical perspective. And it's crazy to think that Max Duggan was the backup for Chandler Morris at Colorado. Ever since he came in there, just a single fumble, no interceptions so far this year. Pretty impressive. And if you've listened to the podcast, you know that we love Amari DeMercado, Kendre Miller. Let me tell you, I'll just stop talking about the TCU offense because we talk about it every week. But let me just say, they've had 49 offensive drives this year. 29 of them have been scoring drives. That's sick. You want to even know what's even more sick? Of the 29 offensive drives TCU has scored on this year, 27 of them have been touchdowns. They've kicked 2 field goals. Sonny Dykes ain't stopping to kick a field goal. I mean, this is amazing stats that they're doing on offense. So, lots of reasons there to love the TCU offense. Those are the 2 biggest. But I think the reason why you like TCU in this game is because of the defense. Kansas had issues with the Iowa State 3-3-5 stack. What does that mean? Jalen Daniels couldn't read the defense. He doesn't know where to throw. He only threw 14 times, completed half of those. It was choppy.
Less than 100 yards and less than 20 yards rushing, too.
Not the same Jalen Daniels that we've seen weeks past. I mean, that 3-3-5 stack gave them a ton of problems. And you have to ask yourself, why is that? Well, let's dive into the schematics a little bit. When you run a 3-3-5 defense, you don't adjust your defense based on the offense motion. Why do offenses use motion? So that they can get the defense to tip their hand and where they are with coverage and blitz. Iowa State doesn't move. Kansas sends 3 to 5 guys in motion before Jalen Daniels gets that ball back and pistol. Iowa State doesn't move. They don't tip anything. And now what are they going to do? They're going to play Joe Gillespie, 3-3-5 stack defense. So if Lance Leipold and Jalen Daniels didn't figure it out last week, here you go. You've got a 3-3-5 all over again. I don't care where you put your H-back. I don't care how many reverses you run. They're going to play discipline, contain. And, I think with that is a huge leg up for TCU in this game. It's on the defensive side of the ball, not the offensive side. So, when you get past that, 40% of all Kansas runs have come off tackle. Their most successful runs have come off tackle. So TCU's defensive ends, a strength, playing outside contain, forcing it back within the tackles. There is a gap on the TCU defense in passing downs explosiveness. I have to acknowledge that fact. TCU dead last in the nation, 131st, and allowing opposing offenses to have an explosive play in passing downs. What does that mean? Kansas is going to score. It's just going to be like 3rd and 18, and Jalen Daniels is going to pop a touchdown. And that's exactly how Kansas is going to get it on. I don't think they're going to have the ability to be methodical. I don't think they're going to have the ability to have 14 play drives and end with a touchdown. It's going to be coming from explosive plays. So the real difference in this game, though, I have to mention TCU's pass. Max Duggan is going to light up this Kansas secondary. It has been vulnerable against other teams that they've played. And corner Jacoby Bryant has been terrible for Kansas. He's been targeted 30 times, more than any other defensive player. He has a 19% missed tackle rate. That's just too much for this TCU offense. So give me TCU. Give me the team total over. Let's ride these Horned Frogs until they stop cashing at the window. But schematically, technically, this is another win for TCU.
Yeah, I don't have a hot take on it yet, but I don't disagree with you.